Hey, South Carolina's Math and History, and we are going to examine the slope figures. So in geometry, we've been learning about all the different slopes and the new kinds of slopes. And we're going to use them to understand, does this figure make sense or does it not make sense? So here's the first example. So you know how we've been using slopes and we've been using points in the past? So we gotta understand if points A, B, and C are collinear. So collinear means that they're on the same line. So basically, is A, B, and C gonna be on the same line and is gonna be on the same slope? What we can do about those is we can understand and we gotta find the slope. We have to find the slope between these 2 points, and we also have to find the slope between these 2 points. If the 2 slopes we get are the same, or are equivalent to each other, then that means that all these points are going to be on the same line. If not, if there's a different kind of slope, then that means these points will not be on the same lines. So, from the slope formula, we can use the slope is going to equal the second y minus the first y. Divide that by the first x, no, the second x, subtract that by the first x. So it doesn't matter which point we use for what. I'm going to say A is 1 and B is 2. So we're now going to say that our slope is going to equal y1, y2 is going to be 1, minus that by -3, so minus 3, divided by our x2, that is 2, minus that by x1, that is -2. We have 2 negative signs. Now they're positive. So to get to the point from A to B, what is the slope? Well, we can say 1 plus 3 is 4, and 2 plus 2 is 4. So, if we have 4 and 4, that is going to be a slope of 1. So from A to B is going to be a slope of 1. Now let's see if BC is going to equal some kind of distance. So we're going to say that with the slope B and C, here's B and here's C. What is the blue slope? So I'm going to transform this into 1 and transform this into 2. So here's our first point and our second point. So we're going to do 6 minus that by 1. 6 minus by 1 is going to equal, 6 minus 1, and then we have to do 7 minus 2. So 6 minus 1 is going to be 5. And 7 minus 2 is also going to be 5. 5 and 5 is going to equal 1. So from B to C, the slope is 1. And since these two are now the same, and since that all the lines are on the same slope, they are equal to each other. So if we found the slopes between these two right here, and they're the same, then it means that they're on the same slope. We have solved this problem. So they are on the same slope, and all the points are collinear. So now, here's challenge number 2. Challenge number 2 has directions that will help you get to your final answer. So first, we're supposed to find the slope of CB. CB in the figure is part of a triangle ABC, but CB is this segment right here. We have to find, that's step number 2, the midpoint of CB. So we're going to try and find whatever this midpoint is. Number 3, we have to draw a line from the midpoint to angle A. And 4, we have to find a perpendicular line that goes along with CB. So both are perpendicular. Let's start solving. So let's find the slope of CB. So if we start doing that, we remember that the slope was m equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So we're going to have 2 points, -4, -3, and 6, 5. Those are the 2 points from these things right here. There really isn't going to matter which order you put them because they'll still give you the same answer. And they'll also give you the same slope. Because some things may be negative which turn to positive, and positive, negative. So I'm going to say that this is the second one and that's the first. So we have to do 5 minus 3 and 6 minus 4. So we get an answer of 2/10. If we simplify that, our slope of CB is going to be 1/5. That was step 1. Check. Find the slope of CB. So that is 1/5. Now we gotta find the midpoint of CB. So from the other video, we explained about the midpoint. The midpoint formula was MIDPT is gonna be the first x plus the second x, divide that by 2, and the first y plus the second y, divide that by 2. We're trying to find the middle point of this slope right here, or this segment. So that's why we're trying to find, and divide by 2, the average distance between the two. So we're going to now say that -4 plus 6 divide by 2, because that was our x's, and we're going to say -3 plus 5 divide by 2. Those were our 2 y's. So -4 plus 6 is going to be -2. Wait, +2. +2 divide by 2. And -3 plus 5 is going to be +2 divided by 2. So we get an answer of 2/2, 2/2. But if we simplify that, we're going to get 1, 1. So if we find the midpoint of CB, we found that it's going to be 1/1. So we're going to say right here, it's going to be 1, 1. Remember, don't 100% refer to the diagram, because the diagram may not look as what the equation may look. Now we have to draw a line from A to -CD. Done. So now we drew a line from A to CB. The last thing we gotta do is find a perpendicular line, which is very, very easy. So if we drew a perpendicular line, and if we did that, we are gonna make these 90 degrees, or right angles. The thing about our slope from step number 1 was we figured out that our slope of CB was 1/5. But in order to find a perpendicular line, we have to do the opposite reciprocal of that, but also put it into a -5/1. So that would be the slope of a perpendicular line that is going to be transversed with 1/5, or sliced through at 90 degrees at 1/5. Let's use a graph to see the two slopes in play. We have now understood and solved this one out by using different ones that we can use. So we have now understand how to understand by explaining and sort of picturing and sort of using math to see if things are with slopes that are perpendicular, if they are midpoints, or if we have to find the slope of them. And we've also found that one in challenge 1, where we had to see if the lines were collinear. That was this challenge right here. So that concludes the video. I hope this video has helped you understand about examining the slope figures. Thank you for watching Cal Penguin Life's Math Industry. Like and subscribe.